So, what we're going to be looking at today in particular is what T levels are, what they look like within a creative world, and why to get involved primarily as well. So, next slide, please, Sam. Those of you who were on the call earlier on, we highlighted the fact that the future is creative and T levels have a really, really important part to play. I'm going to talk to you now about actually what a T level is for those of you who aren't entirely sure. So you just had Tom on talking about apprenticeships, and T levels primarily are a qualification that enable you to really, really dig into what it is that industry require. It works very, very similar to apprenticeships. Sam, if you just jump onto the next slide for me. Thank you. Just a quick reminder as to who we are for those of you who just jumped onto the call as well. We're a specialist education provider. We work with 16 to 18-year-olds. We've got campuses all around the UK, including Bristol, Birmingham, London, Norwich, Lincoln, Plymouth and Manchester. Our courses are designed with real industry input, and T levels are incredibly important for that, which we'll look at that very, very shortly. We've got really, really strong industry links and really, really effective pathways towards success as well. But what is a T level? So a T level is built to help you learn skills to develop a specific career. And what they will enable you to do is mix classroom learning with real life experience. So whether you want to go on to further education or a higher education job or further training or even a job when you finish school, it would break down like that. It's like doing GCSEs and A-levels, but it's focused on one particular job area that you're in. You spend your time in the classroom and doing a proper work placement. So the way in which it works is very similar to an apprenticeship. You have your learning and you have a work placement. However, with an apprentice, on average, an apprentice would spend about 80% of their time in the workplace and about 20% of their time in learning. A T-level is a flip reverse of that, if you want to think of it that way. So a T-level student will spend about 80% of their time in the classroom and 20% of their time in learning. So that 20% is really, really big, really, really core. It enables them that 20% of time in learning to work in a substantive work placement throughout the course of the 2 years and throughout the course of the year as well, to really, really become part of a team whilst working in the classroom to develop those skills and those competencies. So really, a T-level student can be prepared then to maybe even move on to an apprenticeship, which some of our students then do. They may well go on to further education or further study, or they go on to the real world of work. And we, as an education provider, we provide 2 T-levels. So we've got a T-level content creation T-level, which we're launching in Bristol initially. And that's about learning how to make digital media, so things like videos and graphics and posts for websites, apps and social media. It's about using creative skills and digital tools to communicate messages and engaging audiences. And now is a massive time for content creators across the board. Really, really exciting time. So we're really excited to launch that provision. And also we've got a software development T-level, and that's about learning how to create computer programs and apps. It's looking at writing code and fixing bugs and making sure that everything actually works properly. To make sure that the technology in everyday life actually works. So we've got learners working with local software development companies. We've got them working with big organizations like the MOD, right the way through to local councils, right the way through to small local radio stations as well. Everywhere needs an element of software development. So we've got learners working all across the UK in their day-to-day life as part of their software development T-level. So our T-level providers, our T-level provision will actually end up enabling our students to actually go into, again, a wide range of roles. And we looked at some of these roles earlier. So we've got students going into the world of IT, software and games primarily. We have T-level learners who actually look at going into the world of film and television, advertising and marketing. They could go into the world of architecture as well. There's elements of crafts, there's elements of museums and libraries as well. There's elements of music and arts as well. Like I say, we have one particular T-level learner working with a large local radio station as well in terms of developing their social media content and developing their booking systems and website content as well. So actually those skills are really, really utilized across the board. Next slide, please. So our T-level content creation will actually enable students to potentially go into a number of roles, really exciting roles. So a career in content creation could look like for you. You could become a junior content creator. So that's about producing content for websites and blogs and social media. It's about writing posts and creating videos and designing virtual assets for brands as well. You could become a production assistant runner that's supporting filming, editing and live broadcasts. You could handle equipment, setting up and scheduling and admin as well. You could become a social media assistant. That's the planning and scheduling of posts across social media platforms, things like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and also monitoring the engagement and the analytics and the impact of those posts as well, and then changing your strategy in relation to the impact of those posts. So you've got digital marketing assistants as well. They help manage campaigns, SEOs and paid ads as well. They work with marketing teams to promote products or services online. You could become a junior video editor, a camera operator by doing that type of qualification. That will enable you to edit footage, looking at things like Premiere Tool and Resolve. And working on shoots and post-production and pre-production for film and TV, maybe even developing some online content as well. We have audio technicians, podcasts and assistants as well. So they would look at recording and editing and mixing audio for podcasts, which continue to be an incredibly large growing medium in terms of content creation. And also a content creator could then go into the world of copywriting and communications assistants as well. So the idea of writing engaging copy for blogs, ads, newsletters, and social media captions. So straight away, a T-level in content creation or a qualification in creative media could enable you to access any one of those really, really exciting and really, really rapidly growing career paths. Next slide, please. Equally exciting, software development in terms of a T-level. So you've got learners who are able then potentially to move into the world of junior software developer or programmer. So that's about writing and testing and maintaining codes for applications. It's about working under senior developers to build software solutions as well. We have students who've then gone on to work as a web developer, looking at the front end and the back end of websites. One of our students was on placement at a local independent shop, and they developed the ordering system for that particular shop, that online ordering system, and revolutionized actually the way in which that particular small organization were able to process their online orders, completely changed the game for them. And actually that student then ended up getting part-time work off the back of it, which is incredible. They're designing and writing code and websites and web apps using languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScripts and frameworks. They might become a map builder, building mobile apps for Android or iOS, and an IT support technician or a help desk analyst. Again, widely utilized across a number of organizations. That's about troubleshooting software, hardware problems, supporting users and maintaining systems as well. They might become a QA software tester, a junior data analyst as well, about collecting and interpreting data, and a junior games developer as well. So a learner on a software development course might well move into the world of coding, level design or gameplay as part of a passion and an interest in a really, really emerging and rapidly developing games industry. So really, two really, really exciting pathways in terms of how that can really develop you in terms of your employability and your employability prospects. So we wanted to tell you, why study a T-level. So here's an opportunity to hear from some of our staff about the purpose of a T-level, how it works, and how what it does to shape you as a young creative. This primarily focuses on software development as a T-level, but also equally applicable for our content creation T-level as well. Thank you, Sam.
So a T-level is very different from the other courses that we offer here. It's a technical A-level, really, is what they got introduced as a few years ago. It's bringing in work placements to quite technical subjects. So we currently run it under software development, where our students go under cybersecurity, database programming, front-end development, frameworks, etc. They kind of get like the full stack experience. And across the year, they have to complete 315 hours of work placements. And what that does is it gives them a real taste into what the industry is like. They primarily do this in their second year. The first year is all geared up towards sitting the sort of exam-based projects that they'll be working towards. And in the second year, it's around a much larger sort of 60 to 65 hour project exam. However, it's also built in with their work placements, etc. So the way that we deliver it is to mimic that workplace environment. It's very different to a traditional A-level, but it blends quite nicely between something that's a bit more technical and the kind of creative college that we offer here. So in the first year, it's quite full on. We have students from a background in computing and from those that are just getting into coding for the first time. So the first couple of weeks into the term is really a case of getting everyone kind of like onboarded and up to the sort of same level, which is really, really fun that we do. We move into introduction to coding and basic Python and JavaScript. And we kind of build that in with a foundation of knowledge. The first year is also a bit wider, so it looks as like the T-level and software development as an industry as a whole. Throughout the year as well, the first and second years both get access to the work placement opportunities as well. So it's a nice competition where they get up to speed with CV writing, interview practice as well to get their work experience hours started to get logged. In the second year, it moves more into prepping for what we call the OS exam. That's really like the occupational specialist exam where we really emulate a workplace environment and blend that along the sort of course with their work placements. Both years are 3 days a week in centre, so that's the contact time that we'll have with the teachers. 1 day a week is a specialist sort of 2-hour online session that gets delivered from the software development teachers all across Access nationally. It lets the students kind of engage with the real technical know-hows of those staff members in different centres, and that's something that we kind of really do feed into and embed into the course as well, which is great. So one thing that we do on our T-levels quite heavily is all around the kind of business development side as well. We get a lot of our students going on to either university or work placements or apprenticeships. Quite a lot of the experience they get on their work placement gives them enough skills and experience to be able to kind of really uphold themselves in interviews. So quite a few of our students at the end of their T-level placement will go into a more work-based environment, whether that is an apprenticeship, an internship, and then the few that will go into universities go on to that one. We do cover things such as CV building, interview skills, UCAS applications, getting us ready for those sort of big next steps about what's coming. Some of the work placements we even work towards might want to extend this with the students, and they'll take them from their work placement and potentially offer a apprenticeship or internships that are just a little bit further beyond the study sort of over the course of 2 years. So on our T-level course at the moment, we get quite a few students that are part of the Lloyds Bank T-level placement, where they cover things such as cybersecurity and a real kind of what it's like to be a software developer within a very prominent real world bank. It's like a perfect place to be, and throughout that sort of stuff they do gain quite a variety of different skills and go on to apprenticeships and things like that. And we do get some students that have come back to us now as part of our alumni network, which is called the A-List. And most recently we had 2 of our T-level students come and give talks at these events and talk about their experiences, what they've sort of learned onto it and where they're hoping to kind of even go next. Again, just networking with students, building them custom websites, reaching out to the music side and saying what they can do for them with their kind of online presence, and really taking charge of some front-end development techniques that we've hopefully taught them throughout their years with us.
relation to that. What we've looked at primarily in terms of this session is we've explored what a T-level is, and hopefully that's clearer to you now. We've looked at the various pathways and career pathways that you can undertake and the adventures that you could go on off the back of the T-level, which are really, really wide ranging and really, really exciting in some really, really rapidly developing industries. We've heard from teachers, we've heard from employers as well about the real impact that a T-level student can have on their organization. And really, really, most importantly, we've heard from the students as well. So what I want to do now, really just give you one final slide. So if you are interested in exploring a T-level any further, then come to an open day. Absolutely. There's a QR code for you to book onto an open day at a campus closest to yourself. You can make an application as well and speak to one of our team or take a look around and again, use that QR code in which to be able to do that. And also we have a save the date for you as well. So if you are local and you want to pop down to one of our campuses, on the 18th of April, we've got a taster day where you can work with the team, you can work with other young people and explore a little bit of a bite-sized chunk of what it is to become a T-level student on one of our pathways. So that's everything today. I hope that's really, really clear for you. I hope that's been really, really useful. And thank you for your time.